Honorable Skosan.
Thank you, Chair. You know, it reminds me when someone says law is the law, the execution of Solomon Mahlangu, the judge said it's the law of the country. And we know today that was completely wrong. The law can be wrong as well. I mean, the issue that illegal immigrants, constitutionally, for me, the courts as well, as you said, you know, perhaps not on this forum, on another forum. I was shocked as well to say, you are illegal, but constitutionally you are. What was that? What was that? You know, we can't, I mean, we are lawmakers now here in Parliament, though it's all about numbers. But we can't be ruled by 11 people in this country and say law is a law. If they are wrong, we must tell them that they are wrong. We must amend this law. Those powers were given by the voters in this country. It will depend in Parliament whether do we agree or we don't agree. But the issue is that when something is wrong, we must say it here. Whether it's the Constitution says that, which now poke the issue about the Constitution in this country that is the best in the world. Now we are finding out that is not the best in the world. It's the best for those who are privileged, maybe. But for us, taxpayers' money, how do you pay somebody illegally and say it's a law? It's nonsensical, to say the least. Thank you, Chair. Thanks.
When the first time when RAF came here, there's something that they said that still troubles me to this day. I think it was the CEO who said, people can be in South Africa illegally, but constitutionally so. And when they are here like that and they claim through RAF and they are here illegally and constitutionally like that, how do we assist RAF speak to that issue? And I understand, Chair, that what we're dealing with here is specifically mostly financial issues, but a large part of those financial issues sit with issues like a law that would say people are here illegally, but constitutionally so. So when we do what we are about to do now with this inquiry, are we going to be looking at that, or would we be within our would it be within our scope to look at an issue like that? Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Honorable Kupela. Let me ask Parliament Legal Services to assist us with the first point. So the issue is the SIU is looking at exactly that question. They provide updates to the committee on a regular basis, and that was what I couldn't figure out in my mind how to frame, at least in the terms of reference. I need your assistance because it is an important issue, because there are cost escalations as well for the Road Accident Fund as a consequence.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, the mere fact that another organ of state is dealing with a particular matter doesn't mean that the committee is excluded or prevented from dealing with the same matter, because the roles and purposes is very distinct. So nothing would prevent the committee from looking at it. I do think the committee has already received an answer on the question. The question has been posed to the RAF, and they've indicated that the reason that they got rid of the panel of attorneys was as a cost-saving measure, because it would have been cheaper to go via the state attorney. Whether that is factually correct or not, obviously, that must still be tested. I do think, though, Chair, it will organically come into the evidence when we deal with the very first bullet point on the governance failures, and particularly the fact that that legal services department wasn't fully equipped and there were key positions there that weren't filled. So I think that evidence related to this, you're going to end up hearing it, and we can certainly ask questions when the time comes.
Thank you. So may I make a suggestion? I take the point that you're making. May I make a suggestion nonetheless, so that it is clear? My worry is that we may not provide an adequate opportunity, and perhaps it's under the legal expenses section, right, that we add a bullet that says, please just go up, Denzel, to the legal. Go lower, legal and litigation expenditure, right? So maybe the first bullet should be that to look into the extent and the reasons for the road accident funds legal or legal costs or legal and related costs. If we do that, it helps us to cover that, because there are other issues as well that arise. So I don't want us to leave it in thin air and say it will come up. That will then give the road accident fund the opportunity to say, in thinking about our legal costs, these were the things that we considered, these were the decisions that we took, and then provide the necessary evidence, and then we can look into those matters because they arise therefrom. I don't know if I'm making sense. Would that be helpful?
Chair, more important than the reasons is for the committee to consider the financial impact. Nothing in law would prevent any entity from determining that it would be better suited to use one method instead of another. So I think the focus should rather be, and this is the way I've captured it now, the financial impact of the decision to use the state attorney in favor of a panel of attorneys. Something along those lines, because perhaps the numbers show something different to what we're assuming.
All right, thank you very much. So basically, we just say the financial impact. What that financial impact is, we will then be presented with in the inquiry, and we can reach a conclusion. Okay, I think that's helpful. So we will frame it like that, so that we do address the point and we don't leave it hanging. I don't know if that helps. So sorry, Honourable Sikosa, are you still on this specific point? Because Honourable Madla and Honourable Kupeka had two parts to his, and I need us to deal with the second part of it and not forget it, if that is okay. So the second part of Honorable Kupeka's intervention pertained to the issue of non-South Africans or illegal immigrants or unlawful immigrants to South Africa, who then submit a claim, and the Constitution allows that they do. So let me place this on the table. So since we said we're doing an inquiry, I have, for instance, received a letter from a representative of medical aids, right? My consideration of the letter is that it is asking us to get into a territory of either the litigation that is ongoing or the job of the Portfolio Committee on Transport. In that, I could not see in it where, in terms of the advice that we've got, we'd end up with a conclusion that, so basically their gripe is their members are losing out. Now, I don't know if it's our job to work out whether their members are losing out. The matter is in the courts, number one. Number two, we are concerned with losses to the state. Resolving the legal matters involved in that issue is not, I think, something that I think we are competent in. Similarly, with the issue of foreign nationals, Honorable Kupeka, I don't know if we can resolve. I think the Portfolio Committee may decide that, you know what, we need to change the law, for example, which they are quite empowered to do. So I don't know. I mean, I'm placing the dilemma on the table because the two fall into a similar category. They don't, in the end, go back to what we are dealing with here, which is the efficient use of government money. But can I ask your advice if that's okay?
Chair, that matter doesn't deal directly, as you say, with the allegations and the scope of what this inquiry is about. And nothing prevents the committee from making a referral either to the Portfolio Committee or, for example, to the Constitutional Review Committee to say, look at this particular issue, because that issue that's being raised now obviously has constitutional implications.